Hi, my name is Shayla Dang, and today I'm going to be talking about the Amazon employees that violated Amazon's communication policies and why communication is important in the workplace. Communication is important and is a vital part to an organization's ability to function properly and operate smoothly. Without communications, everything would be chaotic. The managers and employees and employers will not have an idea what's going on or their role in the company. With that being said, let's take a look at the Amazon employees that violated their communication policies. They were warned for doing so and speaking out against the company in a bad manner could get them fired. Amazon employees are concerned with Amazon's business within the oil and gas industries and as well as the company's carbon footprint. The company has publicly announced to take measure to reduce emissions and impacts on the environment in the coming years, but it doesn't add up with the ongoing support for the oil and gas companies and its efforts to silence employees who speak out against that. Employees, like all employees at Amazon, are welcome to engage in constructive talks. There are many teams within Amazon that work on sustainabilities as well as many other topics. They do have internal interest groups to work on these issues and to better solve these issues with employees. They're able to have lunch sessions with Amazon's executives to speak on these topics. But with that being said, everything that you say to or discuss with Amazon's executives, it is all confidential. And so they allow Amazon employees to talk within the company to work on these topics, but their communication policies does not allow employees to talk or misrepresent the company's what they stand for, and yeah. So they are protesting against how the company does business with oil and gas industries, like I said before, and as well as the cloud computing business aids in explorations with gas and oil companies and how it contributes to climate change. And hundreds of them put their jobs on the line to talk about these issues because it's necessary and climate change is coming and it's real for them to talk about these things and worrying about the environment. These Amazon employees value sustainability over profits. So workers also called out Amazon's cloud computing business again, but for its work with the U.S. Immigrations and Custom Enforcement, and have criticized for separating parents from their children at the border facilities and condemn Amazon's treatment against its warehouse staff and having to meet a certain quota, and it's very unsafe working conditions for those people who work in the warehouse. And at the core of Amazon's culture, there are 14 leadership principles to make decisions at the companies. It's to have backbone, disagree, and commit, in which workers are encouraged to argue their convictions, and even if it's exhausting or uncomfortable to talk about these topics. And their employees believe that Amazon is a place where if someone sees that something is wrong and speak up about it, they are celebrated for being leaders and speaking up on these topics, and instead they are being threatened with being fired. And that is an important topic as to why communication is important. And seeing Amazon have all these internal groups and being able to discuss with higher ups like the executives and to better solve these issues, Amazon just completely disregards them. And yeah, a lot of the employees believe that Amazon won't crack down on them because of how many skilled workers that are protesting among them. So, with that being said, it's different from Google and whenever they were protesting about their climate policies and sexual harassment claims within the company. And then it's also different from Microsoft and their employees being worried about the use of facial recognitions among law enforcement and government agencies and misusing that. With this being said, they want to break down the communication policies so that it can't be enforced and nothing can be done about it. So, and they believe it's necessary and the right thing to do at the time. Again, climate change and worrying about the environment, and a huge company like that could affect the environment a lot, especially being Amazon and shipping all over the world, like all that emissions in the environment. It's a scary thing, and employees are worried about how that can affect the company and its image and being criticized. But Amazon is slowly working on it, I suppose, and they're better listening to their employees. They made a public announcement about it to better help the environment and fix their ways. So yeah, that is why communication is important and why Amazon's employees speaking out about the communication policy kind of helped them in the long run.